How's it going, guys? Welcome back again for some more Tales from Timor. So yeah, last week's video was a bit of a downer. However, when I started this, I made a vow to myself that I was going to post every week that I could. And I knew it was going to include the times when I wasn't feeling well. For example, last week when I was going through a bout of depression. And yes, I suffer from bouts of depression. I have no shame in admitting that. Because in the words of Hannah Montana, nobody's perfect. So yeah, now that I broached the subject, let's talk about mental illness. And before I start talking about this, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. I am not a psychologist. I did not study psychology in college. I'm just a teacher of English. Not much else to it. And if you ever feel like you are suffering from a mental illness or if you are going through a hard time, please see a licensed therapist. I wholly endorse that because improving your mental health will always be a good thing. And with that disclaimer out of the way, now it's time for me to talk about something that really bothers me when it comes to people talking about mental illness. And that being that so many people treat mental illness like it's a freaking star sign. Like somehow every person with mental illness can just be put into a box. Like, oh, this person has anxiety, this person has ADD, like they're an Aries or a Capricorn. People experience this stuff differently because everybody is unique. And also people treat mental illness like a star sign in the way that they use it to just cover up their toxic behavior. Like, I feel like everybody's encountered at least somebody like this. They're always like, oh, sorry, I'm just a little bipolar. Lady, you strangled my cat. Your mental health is not an excuse for you to be an asshole. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. Your mental health is not an excuse for you to be an asshole. With that little rant out of the way, I do want to state that mental illness is something that a lot of people suffer from. It is a very common problem and something that people should take seriously. And learning more about mental illness is something that a lot of people can benefit from because it can help people understand more about themselves and why they're feeling the way that they're feeling, and to understand that these behaviors are not normal. But very smart people have studied them and have ways of working through these issues. But that first needs to involve having a healthy dialogue with mental illness in and of itself. But too often that dialogue gets unhealthy because people use mental illness as clickbait. It's just a bunch of videos like, 7 signs you have anxiety. Here are 13 ways in which you know you're depressed. And all the times, the symptoms are like the most mundane things. Have you ever felt sad? Do you occasionally not feel hungry at lunch? Do you breathe oxygen? Then you, my friend, are mentally ill. It's just a campaign to convince everyone that somehow they all suffer from mental illness. And then people just start going around thinking that they have it. It's not a healthy way to live. But mental illness is not exactly something that you should be proud of, and it's not something that you should be telling everybody that you meet. It's not something that should give you special treatment for when you act out. What it is a reality that I and a lot of other people have to deal with. And it oftentimes makes it incredibly difficult to get out of bed in the morning. So maybe we should treat people with kindness because we never know what they're actually going through. So yeah, you should never define someone by their mental illness. But you should also never let your mental illness define you. Ate logo, guys. I'll see you next week. Before you guys go, don't forget to like and subscribe down there. Also, if you or anyone is going through mental illness, I'm going to leave some links to some resources down there in the description. And yeah, also share the video to anyone who is undergoing some mental illness in their lives. Yeah, guys, I'll see you around.